Ndewo. Keduki mere. Adimma. I just said hello. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for joining me as we conclude the final portion of my learning module, being arts and entertainment in the Igbo language of Nigeria, of course, that I'm glad is my ancestral tongue, and have been spending about a year and 3 or 4 months learning accordingly, not only language, but the culture and traditions of my people in Southeast Nigeria. So again, we're studying the topic Nka Ntorondo, which means arts and entertainment. Remember, Nka means arts, Na means and Ntorondo means entertainment. So we'll be concluding today with this lesson in this module and start something new on the next occasion. Of course, again, I'll start with my picture because you can't see me on camera, but again, that's me from my 2019 trip returning home to Gadsden, Alabama in the United States from Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria, by way of Lagos, Nigeria International Airport into Atlanta Hartsfield Airport. All right, let's go ahead and get going on our last 13 words in this series, and I will pat you on the back and say thank you and congratulate you for taking this journey with me as well. All right, so the first one is to dance. In other words, we're studying all verbs. And when you see that I with the dot underneath it, that is what we call a diacritic, and it gives that letter a different sound. So that I becomes like the sound in ink. It's like a real high I sound. So again, what you would be saying here to dance is just a combination of 2 words. It would be ịgba-egwu. Again, it's ịgba-egwu, just 2 words. So again, it's ịgba-egwu, to dance. To direct. Remember, we're talking about arts and entertainment, so you want to direct the play or the movie to make sure everything's done decent and in order. And again, when you start with an I or that I diacritic letter, you're always talking about a verb. So again, we're talking about verbs. So to direct something, it would be iduzi, to direct. And remember, don't think in English when you look at the letters on the screen, the I's make an E sound. Okay, that's different from English. So it's iduzi for to direct. Again, iduzi, to direct. All right, to draw. Again, you have that special character, the I with the dot underneath, that diacritic, so it gives it a real high-pitched I sound. So to draw something, you would say Ise, to draw. And again, you have the special pronunciation, not only for that I diacritic letter, but the E letter as well makes an A sound in English. So you're saying Ise, to draw. Again, Ise, to draw. All right, to entertain. You actually are making a contraction out of the last 2 words. So that second I in the word obi, you don't pronounce that. So it's Ea-Pah Oh-Boe Tau. Ea-Pah Oh-Boe Tau is how you say entertain. Now let's break that down a little bit, make some more sense. Remember the I with the dot underneath, that's that diacritic, so it makes that real high-pitched I-like sound like ink or E. Ink. So it's Ea-Pah. Then the second word is obi, but you don't pronounce the I at the end. That third word is actually ota. Now, remember the U with the dot underneath makes an O sound, and the O with the dot underneath makes an aw sound like auto. And then again, you drop the I. So this is a little bit more of the technical word, but after you practice it a while, it becomes second nature to you. So it's Ea-Pah Oh-Boe Tau. Ea-Pah Oh-Boe Tau is to entertain. All right. To exhibit, in other words, to display something like a painting, you would say ịgosipụta. Again, ịgosipụta, to exhibit something. So again, you got the special characters, which you already know what the pronunciation is. So just a matter of practicing. It's ịgosipụta, to exhibit. Okay, to host something, combination of 2 words. And you pronounce everything you see there. So it's no contraction or anything on that. So you just would say, En-Nah-Bah-Tah, to host. En-Nah-Bah-Tah, to host. To paint is Ee-Say, to paint. Ee-Say, to paint. To perform. Now, the only thing that's special on this one, of course, you have the I diacritic, that gives that high sound like ink, ink, ink. But when you have two letters together, that just means to drag it out when you say it. So the U with the dot underneath is an O. So you're going to be saying E-Roe. Instead of just saying E-Roe, you would say E-Roe, to perform. So you're dragging it out, is all that basically means. E-Roe, to perform. All right, to play. In other words, to become an actor or an actress in a motion picture or a theater production, you would say this. Now remember, we're talking about verbs. So to play a character, in other words, just the words to play, is Ee-Sone-Yae Nay-Gwue-Ray-Gwue. Ee-Sone-Yae Nay-Gwue-Ray-Gwue is to play. So that one's a longer word, so you just would have to kind of practice. I'll do it one more time slow. Ee-Sone-Yae Nay-Gwue-Ray-Gwue, to play. All right, the sculpt. The sculpt would be, and again, remember you have the double U's at the end. It just means to drag it out. And these U's, because they do not have a dot underneath, it would just be an oo sound. So it's Ee-Pooh, Ee-Pooh, to sculpt. Again, Ee-Pooh, to sculpt. All right, to show something. Again, you have the double I's at the end. It just means to drag it out. It is Igosii, Igosii, to show. Again, one more time. Igosii, to show. Igosii, to show. All right, to sing is Ea-Goe-Gwue. Excuse me. You can say it that way, Ea-Goe-Gwue, but actually you should make a contraction out of it, and it would sound more natural to the one that you're hearing. But if you do say Ea-Goe-Gwue, people would understand what you're saying. But you do want to drop the E for it to be more natural, like the native people would say it. So it would actually be Ea-Goe-Gwue. Again, Ea-Goe-Gwue, to sing. Ea-Goe-Gwue, to sing. All right, last one, to star. In other words, to participate in a production like a movie. And this one is specifically to a movie. You just have 3 words. And you don't have a contraction, so you just say exactly what you see. It's isonye na nkiri. And I'll do it slow. Isonye na nkiri. And what you just said is isonye means to participate. Na in this case means in, and ikiri means movie. So to star in something, you basically are saying, literally in English, you're saying to participate in a movie. So we'll again say it one more time and we'll end it here. It's Isonye na nkiri. All right, so thanks for joining and going through this entire lesson. I know it's been in many parts, but that's on purpose because it's better to take things in small amounts and try to do everything all at the same time. Otherwise, you'll never remember them. So I want to greet you in the Igbo way. I want to say Imela, which means thank you, and Kachifo, which means have a good night. All right, thanks again. Have a good night. Bye-bye.